What my problem with equity indexed annuities are. All right, come here. Now, I am not an anti-annuity guy. I think annuities have a valuable role to play for many investors, 100%. Okay, there we go. I do not like some of the sales presentations on these equity index annuities, though. So I was on LinkedIn with this guy, and I'm not on LinkedIn very much, but he was like, equity index annuities give you market-like returns with no downside risk. I freaking hate that crap, dude. I hate it. I was like, market-like returns. Implication, of course, would be stock market-like returns with no downside risk. Oh my goodness. So I'm sitting there and I emailed back and said, dude, why do you guys say that? You should say market-like returns, like bond market-like returns. That's fine. I got no qualm with that. But to allow people to think they're going to get a stock market-like return in an equity index annuity, it shouldn't be allowed, man. And the reason is because we don't put dividends in there, and we have these we have these cap and participation rates that go in there as well. Now, there is no downside risk, obviously, with any annuities, is subject to the claims paying ability of the insurance company. I don't deny that. But you have cap rates, you have participation rates, and you don't get dividends on whatever index they're using. Now, were all index annuities like that? I don't know. I'm not going to look them all up. The vast majority of I've seen are like that. So if we take away the dividends in of itself right out the gate, we know we're leaving 30 to 40% of the compounded rate of return of the market gone, just like that. And then you have cap rates and participation rates and stuff like that too. Anyway, let me show you this. This actually drives me flipping batty. All right, so here's long-term. This is actually a pretty good website. I enjoyed it. It's like, what? So I'm looking at this because I'm researching my my new course I'm working on, Investment Basics 101. I want to make this simple. Investment Basics 101. I want to keep it as simple as possible for the rookie, or people just need a refresher on investing. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, because I think I have a good ability to relay complex-ish investment world financial topics to the average Joe. I think I do. So I want to keep this as simple as possible because I think a lot of people, they need that, actually. I know when I was first investing, I was intimidated. I remember I called American Century. Can I put $500 in the American Century Gift Trust? Because that was like the top performing fund over the last 10 years. And the nice lady, she goes, well, you got to be, it's 50,000 is the minimum. And I can't remember what she said. And I said, she goes, but we have other funds, American Century Ultra or something like that. And I said, oh, okay, sorry. Click. And I was because I didn't know what I was doing, man. You know what I'm saying? I just saw, I got a mutual fund magazine like in 1993, the top performing funds. I said, well, I want that one. I mean, I was a rookie, as we all are at some point, man. You can be, I'm a rookie when it comes to, freaking wiring a house. I'm not doing it because I don't trust myself. I'm going to blow myself up. You might be able to do it in 5 seconds flat. I can't. Can I figure it out? Sure. Do I want to? No. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to kill myself. So when investing, though, we're not killing ourselves, but we need to take better control of our investments simply because you can avoid the fees, and then you can avoid, kind of misleading sales pitches like this. All right, so here's the S&P total return, S&P 500 versus total bond index. I'm like, well, what's this about? Since 1968, you can see right here, the bonds are in the orange, was up I can't tell what that is, 3,000, that's 3,758%. Well, the S&P 500 was up 4,200%. So pretty doggone close, So that don't make any sense. Oh, well, look here. Let's see here. This version of the S&P 500 is a price index, just price, no dividends. Therefore, does not include dividends. Including dividends leads to a very different picture, which is demonstrated below. And here we go. Including dividends, total return on the stock versus total return on the bonds. Well, I guess that'd be, actually go down here. Here we go. Including dividends, total stock return with dividends from 1969 to 2023. That's up 17,000% or something like that versus the S&P 500. The price only is only up 4,000%. It's a significant difference. Significance. Here's the bonds. Here they're right in lane with the stocks with total returns. But if you factor with just price returns, the bond total return equals the stock price return. But if you don't factor in dividends, you're leaving all that on the, look at that, man. You're leaving all that. Let me show you something else. My favorite investment pieces of all time is the ICA guide from American Funds, the Investment Company of America. So let's click on this. Back in the day, I used to present this to investors all the time at seminars. It's such a good piece, man. And every year they've had this. I think I even had some older ones from like 2003 and whatnot. So let me show you what I'm talking about. On a side note, here's a founder of American Funds, Jonathan Bell Lovelace. You think he's woke? It's kind of like my problem with the Wellington Company. Wellington is founded by Walter Morgan. You think they're woke? No. Walter Morgan's probably spinning his grave what the people running Wellington have done to that freaking once great company. They can all kiss my big fat behind. Anyway, let's keep going here. Got the Boons, 20 years. This is just a side note, not specific to what I want to show you, but I love this. I've always loved it. The Boons, 20 years ago, at the end of 2001, they had $500,000 to invest. They put it in the 20-year government bonds that at that point was paying 5.74. They were satisfied with their safe annual income. They put in $500,000. Their total income was $574,000, and they had $500,000 when the bond matured. All right, there you go, $28,000 a year each and every year. So, and then they got their initial $500,000 back at maturity. That seems like pretty good. If they would have done the ICA, their $500,000 initial investment is worth $1 million 20 years later, and that's in 2001 as well, even going into the aughts. They took out $537,000, which is a little bit less than these guys, but they actually now have $1 million to show for it. And you can see their income is increasing, has been increasing as the markets have grown. Now, the interesting thing was they put their $500,000 in the ICA. I hope that I said that. I can't remember if I did. So they put their $500,000 in the ICA. They were taking out, now they're only doing 4% a year. They used to do 5%. I could have sworn. I can't remember. That's interesting. They're only doing 4% now, but they increase it each year with 3%. So they increase their 4%, and they're taking the whole thing out. All right, that's pretty interesting. I always love that chart. But back in, I'll find something else here in 1 second. Absolutely love this chart. Growth of $10,000 from 1934 through 2021. We're going to show you. Look at this. Look at this. It's worth $246 million in 2021 with dividends reinvested. Without dividends reinvested, it's worth $20 million. All right, that just goes to the extent of how much dividends, compounding, increasing dividends can play a role in a long-term portfolio. Now, obviously, this is 1934 to 2021. So, but I mean, I tell you, not using dividends as part of your investments is a wrong in terms of, oh, we're not going to include dividends. Then you're not a market-like return, man. You're just not. That's all there is to it. The power of dividends reinvested. All right. This chart is based on a logarithmic scale, so it uses smaller and smaller increments for larger numbers. If the scale were arithmetic, would say 1 inch representing every $10,000, the dark blue area, including results of dividends that had been excluded, would be 168 feet tall, which is about as tall as the most 17-story buildings. However, if you invested dividends, reinvested, the building would be 2,053 feet high. 13 times the height of the Statue of Liberty. Oh, by the way, the Statue of Liberty, any controversy there? Where did the Statue of Liberty come from? Anyone want to take a gander? Statue of Liberty. Oh, it's just France. France. Interesting. Statue of Liberty. Does that really look like a chick, the Statue of Liberty? You ever seen the actual face? Does that look like a chick? Interesting. Look into it. Statue of Liberty. Some weird stuff there. Anyway, so here you go. No dividends reinvested. Well, I should say, dividends reinvested, the size of the dividends excluded 168 feet. The dividends reinvested would have been 13 times the height of the Statue of Liberty. You can see the difference. No dividends, dividends. Dividends are a big deal. That's my problem with index annuities. Not using dividends is not a market-like return. That's all there is to it. All right, love your thoughts. We'll see you.